phone.
First of all, I am no one's
Okay.
nigga.
Hey, here's our opening right here.
That was weak. That was so weak. So weak, bro. You got to get a microphone and that'll be better.
It's on
right.
order.
So this is the Brochachos. And I'm Corey. Can somebody say something?
Introducing ourselves now.
Fucking
Yo.
Jesus Christ. Hey, I promise to the tens of people listening to this, we'll get better.
The tins.
All right. So here's what we're going to do, because I'm the only one who's been podcasting the longest. So we're going to do shows within the show. We are the Brochachos. Obviously, we're brothers, and I'm the best looking one. So I'll take the lead.
Fake news.
So we're going to do shows within the shows. Obviously, pop culture and politics is going to be a huge one, because all of us enjoy sports. We'll talk about some sports, and since all of us have more than one child, and I mean most of them are good looking, mine are at least. We'll talk about that stuff, and we'll just talk about all around life stuff. But
talk about parenting oopsies.
Yes, parenting oopsies. Today we're going to talk about the show. Today is called ATF. It's a concept called Above the Fold. And for people who don't know what Above the Fold is, back in the old times when they had the newspaper, you folded it in half and everything that was important was above the fold. So because we're in a world where people just push all kinds of propaganda at you, you got to be able to separate the shit, right? What's above the fold issues. So today, the three of us each have a topic, and we haven't talked about what our topic is. So each one of us is going to talk about our topic, and then we're going to go into detail. So we'll do one at a time. And I mean, age before beauty. So Brandon, I think you should go first.
Oh wow, what a dick. Okay. Well, so one of these above the fold issues has to there's some things that have been recently starting to pop up all over Las Vegas in regards to gender affirming and the LGBTQ. And an incident popped off yesterday with my daughter's school, having to share the bathroom with a boy that was identifying as a girl. And let me ask you guys. Obviously, we all know what fundamentals what fundamentals are. What would you say that are the fundamentals of our country are right now?
Our fundamentals are communism right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. No, I'm being serious. I'm 100% being serious. First of all, to elaborate on what your topic is the sexual exploitation of our children. And if you knew, do you know what the Weimar Republic was?
The Weimar Republic?
The Weimar Republic.
Weimar Republic.
Yeah. So basically, it was Germany in the, I believe, it was the 20s and 30s, where they started sexualizing children and basically demoralizing the country, similar to what they're doing today. So this isn't a new tactic. This is something that they've done. Even the Roman Empire, towards the end of the Roman Empire, they were infatuated with sexuality and sexualizing. I mean, granted, again, they were fucking a different creature back there, because they were marrying and having kids at like 12, right? Like they took your kid away at 7 and he came back and he was a warrior. Different time, right? But it's not, it's the same cycle, right? They went through the same cycle. The Persian Empire went through the same cycle. The Weimar Republic in late 20s and 30s, Germany, and now it's here. And it's actually been here for a very long time. And
yeah,
a lot of people have this thing. It's like gender and sex, right? Gender and sex are not two different things. We are a country of prudes, right? I mean,
Mhm.
we had the Puritans and the Quakers and all those stuff. So even now, right? Like we giggle. We're like, when you're filling out an application, right? Sex, yes, please, right? Because we're fucking immature. So
Yeah. Yep.
so they made up a new word, and it's supposed to be a politically correct way to say what's your sex, right? Like
Gender.
if you feel different in your head, that's something completely different. That we have medical terms for that. That's not gender. That's
Yeah.
a medical issue. But now,
Yeah.
what's his name? John Money. Look him up. He's the one who actually coined gender studies and actually started looking into gender studies. And there's been a lot of sick shit that's taken
Mm.
place in these gender studies world. And now we're seeing the worst parts of it, because it's what they do is they try to make people feel morally smaller, right? The three of us, we all believe there's two sexes, right?
Yep.
So they try to make themselves feel morally higher by saying we accept you for whatever. And they're making us seem like they're demonizing us because we have standards. And
Mm.
when you don't have standards, then you don't have an identity. And that's what they're trying to push.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I was
No.
Skylar, I'd kick that dude right in the nuts.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's that joke? It's like you want to affirm somebody's gender, kick them in the balls.
100%. Yeah.
Twist his
Yeah.
dick.
No.
And so I don't know if anybody's ever like studied psychology or anything, but gender affirming is actually dangerous. Affirming anything is dangerous. You know what I mean? My 20s, I watched how many episodes of what is that show called? The addiction show.
My Strange Addiction.
No, not that one where they have drug addictions.
Intervention.
Oh,
Intervention.
intervention.
Fucking
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
if all these people that were, heroin addicts were affirmed.
They are affirmed in Oregon.
True story. Uh, but you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like this thing. Why are we affirming that? You're supposed to get psychology's gotten so fucking lazy, and you can thank the feminists for that. It's just everything is about feelings. It's like,
Yeah, dude, that's
nothing.
what typically. Sorry, not to cut you off, but typically,
No,
dude, when
no.
they go into those shows with intervention, and it's funny that you mentioned that because like I've actually like been binging that shit, but but it's funny because the first thing that they say when they bring the families in there, the psychologist or the interventionist, whatever, the first thing that the first thing that they bring up is how they're feeling, how the person that's strung out. Well, the first things you want to do is understand and empathize with the way that they're feeling. Why?
Yeah,
They're on
why?
drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're clearly they're not rational.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was talking to somebody. I'm a pretty hard. That's a hard line for me. If, like, even if one of you guys got ridiculously addicted to drugs, right?
Mm.
I'd be like, fuck them. Like, you want me to come to your intervention for what?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't want to be around that shit. Like, and I was pretty much saying this to this guy. We were talking about heroin addicts, and I was like, yeah, I think they're fucking disgusting. I said, if anything, I wish they would all get hot shot and just go away somewhere. And he's like, yeah, my brother passed away from an overdose. I said, well, that sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, bro. Like, you have a
Uh,
choice. Every day you wake up, you have a chance and a choice, bro. And if you choose to go down the wrong road, then I don't give a fuck, dude. Look, the three of us, man. Could you imagine how justified we we could we could have been if we had chosen to be pieces of shit?
oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but we all on different paths, but we're all not where we could have been. Not to say that anything that happened was like extremely devastating, but I
Yeah.
mean, right? We dealt with a lot of emotional trauma growing up, even in our 20s. All of us have our story, with me with Ashley and the military, Brandon with Crystal, Dustin, I guess you just got lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's lucky, but
No, but I mean, you had your trials and tribulations, right? But
yeah, 100%.
every day you had a choice. You had a choice
Yeah.
to be, you had a choice to either do something positive or do something negative. I mean, granted, yes, we all did some negative stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of it.
Well, and
But
oh, well, toast to the memories.
yeah. But anyway, but getting back on this thing, dude, it's like
Yeah, no, for sure.
it's it's dangerous. It's dangerous for the children, because what you're doing is you're taking people, like, we don't let them drive till they're 16. We don't let them vote until they're 18. We don't let them, in the state of Utah, you can't buy a pack of cigarettes or a lighter until you're 21. You can't.
That's federal.
Is it
Yeah,
federal now?
it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
federal
federal.
now.
But you
Yeah.
can chop your fucking dick off or rip your tits off at what, 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Because
make
they're
sense.
they have enough, because they're mature and intelligent enough to make that kind of decision.
Did you ever watch What Is a Woman with Matt Walsh?
Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
bro.
Bro, that was a fucking great movie.
Dude, like it's like there was a lot of humor in there, but there was like, I mean, it was like dry humor, but it was also super, like, I mean, it was a great documentary, I mean, all the way around. But it was like when
Yeah.
that guy in Canada, like when like right at the start of the show, like they literally arrested a father because the daughter was saying that she felt like a boy. And
What
it's like,
they just took that state in, I don't know where the state is. I just saw it. They took a son away
yeah,
because the
California.
parents wouldn't affirm it. Was it California?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
like
took the fucking.
that's wild, dude. That is
That's so
wild.
Yeah.
wild. That's so. This goes into like uh civil rights, right?
Yeah,
Civil rights are tied up with parent rights and all this other stuff, and we say these buzzwords, right? But the word is natural rights, right? Because
Yeah.
civil and when you say civil rights or you say parents' rights, when you're referring to like schools and stuff like that, you're saying, what you're saying is the government is giving you permission to be a person or to be a parent, right?
Yeah.
My natural right means that the creator gave me the lungs to breathe, a brain to think, the mouth to talk, the ears to listen, and I can do whatever the fuck I want to, as long as I don't infringe on somebody else's right to live.
Yep.
And it's in our constitution. Where's dude, I have a fucking pocket constitution. Samantha, will you bring my book or my fag bag? I carry this shit everywhere, bro.
woman, woman.
But it's in our constitution. I actually saw this the other day. Some lady was talking about. I actually saved it on the Instagram. Oh, here's my sheepdog. Oh wait, sheepdog response tactical bag in my front pocket. Good old
Oh, that is
U.S.
beautiful.
Constitution,
America.
American. Right? Hold on. Let's read it. It is. Oh my gosh, where's my bookmark? Uh, I'm just taking up time here. Taking up time. Hold up.
You know, I know you're a nerd.
Because I have a Constitution in my
Because
bag.
you have
Exactly.
Here it is. It's oh, I don't know what I was looking at.
yeah.
Anyway, it's in here, but you know what I mean. We've all read it, right? We've all read it. But I mean,
Well, I was
It says
actually kind of hoping you were going to refresh my memory because I was actually kind of sort of looking for this last night, but I couldn't
I know
find it.
I was intrigued. I thought you were about
You
to
know what
give
I'm
us some
saying?
fucking gems, bro.
hold on here. I actually have it. I have it saved. I have it saved on the Instagram. Tell me if you can hear it. Let me pull up my saves. I saved it just for this. Where's my politics? Politics.
Quiet.
Oh my God, I didn't save it.
Hot damn it!
I know I'm a piece of shit. Oh yeah, here. Listen.
Yes.
The way, because Christian nationalists is very different, is that they believe that our rights as Americans, as all human beings, don't come from any earthly authority. They don't come from Congress. They don't come from the Supreme Court. They come from God. Yeah, dumbass. Our fundamental rights don't come from Congress. They come from God. You know who else said that? Our founding fathers. Ever bothered reading the Declaration of Independence, ma'am? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Stop me if you've heard this, ma'am, that they are all endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah. Right.
Jafil.
Got the golf clap. The golf clap.
Hot damn. Hot
the
damn.
Declaration of Independence.
America.
So, but, and then saying, these people they're arguing that parents don't have rights in Canada. They are openly saying that parents do not
have rights. Yep.
Like it was just on Joe Rogan, and he fact checked it too, because he's like, hey, I don't want to get sued, but I believe someone in Canada said this, and they looked it up, and sure enough, this guy said that parents don't have rights. And they say that because when you say parents' rights or civil rights or these rights or that rights, like trans rights and gay rights, like what you're saying is the state owns those rights. So the state can take away those rights. So right now, the state being the government, whatever, believes that they have the authority to just push this, right? Because it's called the demoralization of America. And demoralization of a culture, really. And it's like I talked about in the last one. They are pushing for zero identity. That is why on top of registering the 22 million illegal immigrants, Democrats, and trying to use their votes, they are trying to push to where there is no national identity anymore.
Well, but what's funny in all of that is, so hold on, you can take care of a child from the moment that they're born until the day that they're 18, and you dictate what they do on a daily basis, or what, them getting an education. You're responsible for all of that. But the second that you want to open your mouth to say, well, okay, well, my daughter is a girl, and whatever she feels like she may be is something that is mentally going on, but you don't have a say over that.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. It's like, dude, they had right CPS, Child Protective Services, right? So you could literally only have, at least this is when I was going through my custody issue, right? I was trying to, Ashley was staying in, not so luxurious places with, not so luxurious people. And I would call CPS and be like, hey, man, there's this going on. They'd go, they investigate, they come back and tell me there's hot water, there's a place to sleep, and she's fed.
That's wild.
That's wild, right? But that's like the minimum standard that you need for them not to take your kid away. That was the minimum standard. But now it's like those three things, plus if they feel a certain way, you have to affirm that.
Yeah.
Like
if your son feels like a girl, you have to tell him that he's a girl.
Right. Like if you weren't taking care of your kid, if you weren't feeding, bathing, doing all these things, if you were just letting your kid run around in their own fucking feces, they take your kid away. Why? because you're a danger to your kid. That kid can get hurt that way. But now they're also saying, right? Now they're also saying that if you don't affirm this mental thing going on in your kid's head, this diagnosis, then if you don't affirm that, now we'll take your kid away. Like even if they live in a pristine environment.
Yep.
Which is mind-boggling.
Yep.
Yeah.
California is doing it up right now.
Well, you don't affirm other mental disorders. You don't affirm anorexia. You don't affirm body dysmorphia, right? You don't affirm schizophrenia. Imagine if they affirmed schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I mean,
or bipolar.
To be fair, what airline is that? I think it's Delta or American Airlines is actually hiring the mentally ill for their FAA.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, yeah.
God, I gotta find it now because I'm talking shit.
What?
Hold on.
Dude. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And then well, I mean, and then look what's up, what was it, Southwest Airlines? You know, they're allowing, they've affirmed plus size people to be able to fly
Dude,
on the airlines.
That to me is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. Like, okay, so because a person is fat,
yeah, that's fucking wild, bro.
So you're gonna give them a free seat because they're fat.
And that's another thing. That's another thing, dude. That body positive movement is just as dangerous as the transgender movement.
Absolutely.
It's just as dangerous, bro. The amount of stress on your heart to be that large is fucking ridiculous. Have you seen that Instagram video where it's this chick, she's podcasting and she's talking shit on all these fat influencers, and she's like, this fat girl's like, oh, we're doing this. She's like, but they're not, because she's dead. And he's like, look at my big Fruit Loop. It's like, yeah, he's dead too. She's like, follow me on my body positive movement. Up can't, because she's dead.
Yeah.
Hey, so the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administrative, is actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and other mental and physical conditions under a diversity and inclusion hiring initiative spelled out in the agency's website.
DEI.
This is the New York Post reporting on it.
DEI.
Oh, it's fucking astounding, bro.
That's
anyway,
crazy, dude.
It's insane, bro.
It's insane, man. But it's because it's honestly just, it's to push communism. Like, I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it's to push communism.
Yeah.
Right. You get all these people fighting over. I mean, we're talking about above the fold. Realistically, in a bigger scope, this gender ideology shit is nowhere close to the top 100 problems of this country. Like, the only reason it sounds so loud is because social media amplifies these voices. The social media and the legacy media, right? They take one or two stories and they inflate it to this really, really big thing and make it like it's happening one every out of a million encounters, but they make it seem like it's happening the other way around, like 1,000,000 to 1. Because they take this one story and they run with it and they talk about it until the next one happens. And then it's like, oh my God, see, it's always happening. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. People like you, like me, like us, we're not going out and we're not hunting these people. They're not in danger.
Dude, and that is the biggest like shit story that is being portrayed by the media, is like to try to make it seem like they're begetting targeted. And let me just say, you know, I mean, I've lived out here, getting ready to go on my 3rd year living in Texas. And let me tell you something, the amount of people that I've seen that are from that community, you wouldn't believe it if I didn't tell you. But that community out here is like huge. Like it really surprised the shit out of me. Like, I saw more people working in grocery stores that are from that community, working in grocery stores, you know, working at the amusement parks, like just all over the city of San Antonio. And
you're in a major metropolitan area. That is to be expected. And second, bro, all they're good for is working in coffee shops and grocery stores.
Yeah, but like my point is it's like for them to like for the media, like the way that they try to portray it is like they're just being targeted. Like you don't think in the state of Texas that they would be
Oh, okay. I see.
100%
Yeah.
discriminated
Okay. I
against.
see your point.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
around and there's nothing happening to them is your
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
People don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People don't
Yeah.
give a
Because we don't
shit,
fucking
dude.
care. You know, my biggest thing is like when we say stay the fuck away, like, bro, when we say stay the fuck away from our kids, and then you interpret that into me violating trans rights,
Yeah.
what does that mean? What does that mean? Right? Like,
Yeah.
hold on,
Yeah.
dude. I just want you to not shake your dick in front of my kid.
I just
Like,
want you
and,
to stay out of the girls' bathroom, bro, when my
and
daughter's there.
also, hear me out. Why is it only the male to female that's doing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? It's never the female. Why aren't bull dykes? Why isn't there reading hour with the bull dyke, right? With the butch? Why
Yeah.
isn't she going and teaching a lumberjack class? You know,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, I don't understand it. Why are the women who think that they are men, why are they not imposing on children?
Yeah.
You know
Or,
why?
or
Because
more.
morally, they know what's wrong. Because you know
Yes.
why? Even though they feel like they're a man, they still have a woman's intuition.
Women's
They know that
intuition. Yep.
that they know that is fucking wrong. That you don't hack, you don't target children. But these fucking perverts running around in women's clothing, they are specifically targeting children. And then when you call
Yeah.
them out, when you call that one person out who is acting then in that way, who is acting in a grooming behavior, a pedophilic way, all of a sudden you're a transphobe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that does
Yeah.
the only reason that correlates, is if you yourself calling me a transphobe, that you believe that trans are pedophiles.
Yeah.
So you
And
And-
what
yourself,
does that say? And what does
Yeah.
that say, dude?
yeah.
And
So
for the
I mean,
for the
by all means, hey, I don't give a fuck, dude. If you want to put yourself out there and do that, cool, man. Because guess what? Andy Frisella's got a great way to handle those motherfuckers, and I believe in it. Straight to the fucking wood chipper, feet first.
that hallelujah, you know,
Yeah, bro.
and for the for the you know, and now when we're talking about the group itself, like we're not talking about the the sane people that are just trying to live their lives, as far as you know,
Regular people, bro.
the regular people, you know. But when it comes to the extreme groups that are involved with that group, trying to be out here, you know, trying to get these people, these nasty motherfuckers that are trying to target kids, their own rights, it's bullshit, and they need to stop. You know, and you know, and staying out of women's sports, you know, the like that part right there is so fucking terrible.
It's
Like,
wild, bro. Think about
you
all
know,
think about women's suffrage. I was just
Bro, we were literally
we
just
were
talking
just
about
talking
this.
yeah,
about this. Yeah.
bro. It's almost like all right, that fucking teacher who was clearly a redheaded white girl and thought she was black. What, Rachel Dodsall?
Dollar.
Dolezal. All right.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
right. You go through, right. We had the 1964 civil rights movement in the 60s, right? They're getting hosed down by Democrat racists. Just want to point that out. And, you know, they're going through all this shit. And then imagine some fucking white chick in the 2000s is like, now I'm black. Like, bro, no.
Yeah.
I want you
No,
to
you're
go
not.
stand outside and I want you to go stand in front of a fire hydrant. Let me turn that motherfucker on full blast. Let me have you walk in the back door some places, right? Then maybe you could say you're like an eighth black, maybe, but you didn't go through that shit. All these fucking men pretending to be women, like, dude, and all the women that went through all of the bullshit in order to, again, I don't believe in women's rights or civil rights or parents' rights. We have natural fucking rights, right? it was a
Facts.
weird fucking time where they wouldn't let women do some certain things. I just the only thing
100
women
years
shouldn't
ago.
do, the only thing women shouldn't do is fucking vote. And that's they can do everything else. They shouldn't fucking vote.
Hey, that's sexist. You can't say that.
I'm saying it, bro. But anyway, like they didn't go through this, and all the feminists, the first wave feminists, like the old school feminists that were fighting for, you know, equal wages and wanting to get out of the house, and by the way, that was all a psyop by the government, in order to do what they're doing now and take over our kids. It's actually a Chinese tactic. It's called the 1,000-year plan, and it's you get the parents out of the home because you can't. I mean, you can conscript me if I was an idiot, but like the people that they want to maintain, right? They're going to get rid of all the useful idiots. All these people pushing all the propaganda for them, they're going to find themselves in a ditch soon. But the plan is, it's not the parents, right? You can't conscript us. We're already hardwired. Some of us can convert, but not all of us. You don't change a culture by oppressing the current culture. You get in and you freaking mind fuck the younger culture, the younger generation. You indoctrinate them, and that's what they've done. And they've done it successfully. They have 20 somethings and 30 somethings that hate this fucking country, and they don't know why.
Yeah.
Like they'll go, PragerU goes on in freaking, you know, in California, because that's where they're located, in California, and they'll go on and they'll ask people about capitalism, and they'll full blown say like, "Fuck, capitalism's bullshit," on their $1,000 phone, drinking their $6 fucking Starbucks coffee, talking about capitalism is terrible. Like this is the only country in the world where you could say your government is terrible without fear of being shot.
Yeah.
It's just astounding.
And it's funny because you're entitled to that because of what? The United States Constitution.
Exactly.
You can criticize the fuck out of your government and your duly appointed elected officials, and there's no repercussion for the shit that you say, unless of course you're not agreeing with what the narrative is.
And so look at these fucking communist cultures right now, like China. If you speak about the government in China, they'll arrest you. North Korea, you speak about the government, they'll arrest you. Somebody just got arrested
you're executed in North Korea.
That's true. It's was it Sao Paulo? Maybe it was Portugal. Somebody went on social media, said something about a transgender person. Said, "I believe women are women and men are men." Basically, that's all he said. Nothing hurtful, wasn't calling anybody out. 6 months in federal prison in Portugal.
That's
fucking wild, dude. And it's coming here. It's already in Canada. If you don't use the right pronouns, you can go to jail.
You can go to jail.
Oh, yeah. If you call them outside of what their pronouns are. Yeah. You go to jail, and I think it's like a fine of like $500 or some shit.
Which
shit like that. Yeah,
it's fucking wild. And if we didn't have a gun behind every blade of grass, like the fucking Japanese knew we did, right? That's why they attacked Pearl Harbor and not mainland. If we didn't have that, we'd already be in that place.
Oh
yeah. Thank God for that Second Amendment.
But how do we clean this up, right? Like, because I don't want to just talk about problems. I want to talk about problems and solutions. So how do we clean this up? And I talked about it and I hit about it, and I think I'm going to drive it home every time we talk about it. Is you, Brandon, it's an election year. Find out who is on your school board, right? And go get on your fucking school board. There you go, bro.
I've already been looking.
That's how you fucking fix it, is people like you, me, and us, right? That have a moral compass that points north and is not fucking spinning like Jack Sparrow's compass, we have to understand that right is right and wrong is wrong. And there are boundaries and how they work, right? How the communists work and how the socialists work and how people who are trying to get globalist populace going on, how it works is they push, then we push back, then they take a back step, right? And then they push us again, pushes, and then they stop, right? When we get mad enough. We need to never leave this line. If we never leave this line, they'll never get to here. The problem is, as we get to this place, tolerance, right? Tolerance. We should no longer be tolerant, right? We should stop being tolerant of stupid fucking ideas.
Of the intolerable. Yep.
Yes. Stupid ideas. That's the whole point. What's his name? Charlie Kirk talks about this all the time. The reason we have borders are where stupid ideas stop and good ideas begin, right? If we let all these stupid ideas get to a point where now we have to be tolerant of these stupid ideas because we have been for so long, they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. They've taken so much ground from the common sense people.
Yeah, that's the problem, though, bro. Like we've allowed our government
not
to
us,
become
not us.
Well, not
our
us,
generation.
Our generation
is
going to be the different. Is 100%. It's not. It's
yeah.
I mean, like, of the people. This is the problem. This is the problem is because the fucking government has become such a fucking powerhouse. Like, there's no longer three branches of fucking government. It's one rule with all. And like I said, like, generations before us have allowed the government to become so powerful that voices that are now starting to be heard again were just disregarded and completely ignored. And I think a lot of people need to fucking start looking back into the concept of why the Boston Tea Party fucking happened in the first place.
5% tax, bro.
Yeah.
5% tax. We are now taxed almost 50% of our money's earned. All in.
Yeah.
Paying 50% tax.
Dude, I was literally just watching a video. I think you might have sent it. It was the taxes in the state of California, like off of I think it was like $1.5 million. Hold on, let me see.
Wasn't me.
Maybe it wasn't. I think it. No, it's actually a conversation between me and Jasmine. Shit, can't find it.
Well, let's move on then.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You Brandon, you got to get time. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's how we fix it, right? We have to go in and we have to be assertive and we have to fix it. And we have to teach our kids. I mean, for Skylar to call that out, I think that's good on her, man. If she doesn't feel comfortable in the bathroom with a dude, I feel she's within her rights to protect herself, right?
Yeah, 100%.
The hell
if she roundhouse kid, dude, that kid pulls his pants down in the middle of the bathroom, he already outweighs her. He's already stronger than her. The same age, same height, same build. Yeah. He's stronger than her, period.
Yeah.
And it's fucking wild that like other dads are letting this happen to their daughters. They're sitting on the sidelines while fucking men are slam dunking on their daughters and body checking them on the soccer field. Men are just standing by. It's fucking wild to me.
Well, I mean, when you have people in positions of power that are silencing parental rights, like what more can the parents do? I mean, there's got to be enough people standing on the right side of the fucking line to be able to stop this nonsense from continuously happening.
We have to be as loud as they are being, and we have to be as boisterous 100%. As they are being, and we have to be as aggressive as they are being. Because the problem with conservatives is they are trying to do this Jesus-like approach, right? turn the other cheek, right? We'll solve this all with love and understanding.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm talking
No.
Old Testament. No, fuck you. Leave me alone. I will bring down the wrath of God on top of you if you fucking overstep boundaries. That's what it should.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
Yeah, well, bro, it says it right there in the fucking Bible, man. When it comes to touching children, they're cast in the fucking ocean with a noose around their neck and a stone tied to the end of that son bitch.
Sounds
So,
like a perfect
I mean,
punishment.
huh?
Sounds like a perfect punishment.
And getting there, and now states and countries are starting to stand up. They're chemically castrating these motherfuckers, and now they're starting to see that ain't working. So now they're starting to get their dicks chopped off. Rightfully so. That's what you get.
I honestly think
some places are fucking are going as far as firing squads again. That's what you get.
I mean, the dead don't reoffend. That's all I'm saying.
Period.
Yep.
All right, Dustin, what's your topic?
I think I want to really touch base on I mean, I don't know, might not be able to post this on YouTube if I go too far down this line.
I
just want to go
start
and
looking at Rumble.
I just want to put it out there that whoever created this logo is fucking awesome. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, are you familiar with Umar Johnson?
Umar Johnson, should I be?
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
calls himself a doctor, but he's a fucking quack. No, really, it's just a concept that, like, I feel like
I know who that motherfucker is. I cannot stand him.
Yeah. So okay.
He went on a rant. He went on a rant about how fucking Eminem isn't the best rapper because he's not black.
Yeah.
That guy. Fuck that guy.
And it's
if black men, if you don't go out there and find yourself a black woman, you ain't considered to be part of the black race.
Well, and
you're married outside. You're
let Dustin go. Let Dustin go.
So yeah, man. So really, it just kind of revolves around, obviously being from, mixed race background. It really bothers me because obviously having children with a woman that is black and Filipino, it really pisses me off because it's like, look at how far society has come. America is always fucking branded, the representatives of slavery in the modern day.
Hold on. Let me. I just want to talk about something real fucking quick about that.
Go ahead.
When we found this country in 1776, right? I actually have notes because this is a topic that I wanted to talk about, but not today, but at some point, right?
Yeah.
The fucking revolution, right? We became our own country in 1776. We declared our independence, right? Do you know when we started the Civil War?
The Civil War was 1964.
Not 18.
Civil War?
Not
18, bro.
Yeah,
so,
my bad.
All right. So think about that, right? That's 90 years. So around 1860, right? Or it probably started before that, but I'm talking about real battles, right? So from 1776 to 1860, right? That is 90 years. Generations are 20 years. So that's approximately 4.5 generations, right? So that's technically the life expectancy was 60 years. So that was two people within two people's lifetime. We went from a slave country to abolishing slavery. Slavery was not an exception. It was the fucking rule. Every country had slaves. We didn't create
100%.
slavery. Slavery was a part of this country in building this country. Like it was brought over from the East, because that's where all fucking life started. It started in the East, and all this fucking modernization started in the East. Slavery started in the East, right? But I mean, it was everywhere, right? Because the Native Americans got here somehow. It was everywhere. What happens is you're stronger than your tribe next door. So you fucking take over that tribe, and the people who can be slaves are slaves, and people who earn their ability to be part of the community earn their ability to be part of the community. It's a generational fucking thing. It's been happening since the beginning of time. And within
100%.
within two people's lifetime, we fucking abolished slavery. And then another 5 generations, right? Because of all the fucking pushback, another 5 generations, another 2.5 people, it went from 3/5 to a whole person, right? Yes, there's a lot of fucking shit, but within 200 years, we had fucking completely eradicated it.
That's the problem, dude. Like, you know, it's the constant crutch that, you know, I'm just gonna fucking say it. It's the constant crutch that the black community continues to ride off of those fucking coattails with that victim mentality. And it's like it's indoctrinated within the black community to constantly turn around and, you know, oh, you know, you got parents, you know, they're, oh, well, you know, I gotta tell my kids, you know, how to handle situations when they get pulled over, and don't be a fucking asshole.
Period.
I'm sorry to say it, but, you know, it's like, are there bad apples on the tree?
Absolutely.
100%.
But that comes back to the exception in the rule, right? The rule is be a good fucking person. Everyone knows the rule. And there's outliers on both sides, and in every single fucking color, in every fucking thing, right? There's 100%. Always outliers.
100%.
But this idea that we're a fucking racist institution. First of all, the institutional racism is a fucking joke, because the Democrats been running this country for fucking 70 years. If you believe that there's institutional racism and you keep voting
who is it coming from? Who is it coming from?
All the fucking major cities are all Democrats, and they've been running these cities for 70 fucking plus years. What does that say? If you believe that this
who's the racist?
If you believe the system's is racist from the inside, institutional racism, if you believe that, then you have to believe that Democrats are racist. That is the only logical conclusion to draw.
It's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Every major party, right? Every major thing going on, you're talking education, unions, all these things are major Democrat leaning. All of them.
Yeah.
You know, your fucking your welfare shit, all of it is major Democrats. But you believe that the system, even the justice system, you believe the system is institutionally racist. Who is working in the system? It's not the white man. It's the letter next to the name that matters. And most of those fucking letters are D's.
Yep. Yeah.
And that guy's a fucking, that guy is the biggest. First of all,
he's terrible.
First of all, there is no such thing as African American. Anyone who says African American is a fucking retard. I'm going to say that right now. There's no such thing as African Americans. When you go to Europe, when you go to Paris, when you go to France, when you go to other countries, they are that. They are that nationality. They are where they are. They're that. Like, I was overseas in Germany, right? I met black dudes who were fucking German. They're like, hey, what are you? I was like, oh, I'm German. I'm like, oh, all right. No, but where are you from? And he's like, oh, my family's from this small town in Africa, but I've been here my entire life. I was born here. My parents were born here.
You're born there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and this fucking dude is so far. You get how many generations are they removed from Africa?
Enough to where they don't fucking remember.
Enough.
They gotta do a 23andMe to figure it out.
Yeah.
And have you ever met anybody from Africa?
No.
I mean, being here, yeah.
They don't like Americans. They don't like Black
No,
Americans.
no, dude. So, um, when I was still living in Vegas, there was a guy. He was from Africa. The Ethiopian community in Las Vegas, they do not like Black Americans at all. Like
Yeah.
Because they're still, you know why? Because it's their fucking culture appropriation. That's why.
yeah,
They're claiming a culture that they've never been a part of,
yep.
which is
That's why.
is
That's
like
why. That's why now. Like that's why. Like this fucking clown Umar Johnson that I'm talking about. This dude. This dude is like he's a black militant dude. Like
yeah.
he doesn't like black people, or he doesn't like white people, and if you are a black man and you're not married to a black woman, he takes offense to that. But then
Yeah.
this is also the same guy. He's a fucking grifter, first of all. Like first and foremost, this dude has been talking. This dude has been talking about opening a school for black kids for the last 7 years. Is it open yet? No. And he sits there and he talks about how he wanted to rely on black owned contractors to help get this school open, but whenever he deals with a black contractor, they take the money and quote unquote run. That's his story. But and he still
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. So the black people that he's trying to get to build this building,
yeah,
are
no, the school's
robbing
already
him.
built. The school's already built. He claims he purchased the school, but it was like 7 years ago and it still hasn't been open yet.
He also believes he's a direct descendant of Frederick Douglass.
Yeah. You know why? You know why he thinks he's so fucking smart? Because he's got doctor next to his name.
Well, I don't even see what is he. Was he a doctor in?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you'd have to look into that. All right, I can actually see if I can.
Osteopathic medicine.
So some shit that doesn't involve.
Oh, he's got
culture.
it's clinical psychology. That's a little bit. You can call that culture. I mean, clinical psychology. So he's a psychologist.
Yeah.
So
That
he's
doesn't
mind
like
fucking.
white people.
He's mind fucking people is what he's doing. He's
100%.
taking advantage. He's taking advantage of weak people and saying these things that he believes are absolute truths. And even if he was related to who did I just say?
What is
Frederick
that? What is
Douglass.
that? Frederick Douglass. What relevance does that hold?
I'm just saying, if he was, his message and his delivery is all wrong. Frederick Douglass worked with fucking white Republican people to, other abolitionists. He worked hand in hand.
Was it Frederick Douglass of mixed race?
Oh, he was black as fuck, bro.
Oh, was he? I
Yeah.
could have sworn he was mixed race.
Nah, he was black.
Oh, he was colored.
He was colored. Well, yeah, this guy's a fucking piece of shit, man. He is.
Yeah.
All of his shit he says is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
outlandish.
how are you gonna discredit? How are you gonna try to take away Eminem being potentially one of the greatest rappers of all time because he's white?
Yeah. Hold on. Here was his argument. He was saying that hip hop is African culture.
Yes.
First of all, where was hip hop created?
In the United States.
In the United States.
New York City. It is a fucking
if you want to get
American. It's American culture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first of all, it's putting fucking words to lyrics or to,
He's like,
to,
where you?
to a melody.
Well, I saw the interview, dude, and he's like,
But I'm saying,
where you think he got the drums from?
I don't know, a drum machine, you fuck.
The studio.
But dude, like they've been singing songs. That's how they told stories from the time of being. They played a little melody on some sort of contraption and they sang about the stars and their stories and creation stories and war stories and all these things. Telling stories through music isn't exclusive to African culture.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. Well, you want to know? You want to know another? I mean, it's not directly tied to Umar Johnson, but it talks about black culture and how it's regurgitated from white Southerners, like just the vocabulary, the way that black Southerners talk today is it's basically the gibberish of how Southerners used to talk back in the day.
I got one even further for you. Here you go.
Okay.
You ready? You ready?
Man, I need to get me another computer. Damn it.
Ebonics. Ebonics is what it is, right? Ebonics
Yeah.
Ebonics.
Yeah.
isn't an African American thing either. The Ebonics is an Irish culture thing.
Yeah. And it was
I
because of the way that they used to talk
yeah. So
back in the day.
I know a guy who's Irish. He's from Ireland, and he was talking about it, and he was making the correlation where he was talking about they be doing something.
Yes.
The way
Mhm.
that they translate from Gaelic to English is they be doing something, not they are doing something. It's they be doing something. So when the Irish started coming over and they lived in the ghettos next to the blacks, this is how they spoke.
Yes.
So
yes. That's exactly that's exactly what I'm
Wow.
talking about,
yeah.
bro.
So the language that they believe,
Interesting.
yeah, the language they believe is theirs. The Ebonics language isn't even theirs. It's a harsh translation between Gaelic and English.
Yeah.
And then they culturally appropriated it.
Yeah. Just like braids.
Yeah. That's
just like braids. Like, dude, braids come from
the Irish.
Bro, no.
it's Nordic.
No. It's
Nordic? Oh, yeah, that's right. From the Vikings.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look.
Yeah.
Look. Everybody learned how to braid hair. Native Americans had been braiding hair and braiding fucking things, and there's no evidence to support that they ever, before the Americas got here, that they'd ever been in touch with anybody. There is some stuff up north that maybe the Vikings came down up through the north, but if that's true, then that would still make it Nordic.
Either
not
way,
Nordic.
either way
Yeah.
it goes. Either way it
Yeah,
goes.
it's
It
either-
belongs.
yeah,
It belongs to
it's
another
either-
culture.
Yeah, it's either Indian or yeah, Indian or Viking. One of the
But
two.
to say,
Viking is a religion. Okay,
No.
Viking is a religion.
Okay, Nordic.
Yeah.
Okay.
just there's the point. The point goes to show. Oh, okay. Well, what you think is you're entitled to is not it. Like
Everybody learned something from somebody.
Well, my argument against this fucking dude is what I've already said. He is so far removed from Africa that he is not African American. He is American. He was born in North Philadelphia.
yeah,
What I'm reading, I believe his parents were too. His parents were born here in this country.
dude. But that's what I say. He's a black militant pushing fucking rhetoric because he's anti-white. That's
And all he's doing is he's pushing into the globalist agenda because the globalists want separation and us fighting over things as something as insignificant as the amount of melanin in our skin. Like, think about how fucking low IQ that is. How low IQ that is. For us, the three of us, we have a white parent and we have a black parent, and all three of us are different shades.
Yeah.
Like,
same thing with all of our siblings. I mean, we're all
Dude,
different. We're all different.
like, could you imagine? And this is what I understand about the whole fucking black, thing. Like who is mom supposed, like, is mom like, like that dynamic, like when you're talking about when black people were playing the victim card and you're talking about interracial marriages. So like, does she hate him and she's only married to him so she doesn't look like she's racist, or does she genuinely hate white people? Does she hate white people, or does she want to not look like she hates black people?
Yeah.
Like, right?
That's what.
Like
Yeah.
that's fucking mental gymnastics right there. Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand it. Like, you know what I mean? And then all of our kids are mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that doesn't. I don't know. He's a fucking ignorant piece of shit.
Yeah, bro. Like, and that, like, dude, every time that I like, because there was some validation to some of the things that he said years ago. Like, he's a smart dumb fuck. Like
There you
that's
go.
what I'll chalk it up as, because it's like there was some validation to some of the things that he said, but it's like, bro, he's so militant now, and I feel like that was his goal in order to capture such a larger following, was to just say shit and get more clicks.
Well,
Like
Well,
that's
yeah,
what
bro. That's what they do, man.
well, and you know, here's my problem with Umar Johnson. See, uh, what the whole concept behind Martin Luther King's message was for, at the end of the day, his children to be side by side with people and not be judged by the color of their skin. And what Umar Johnson is out here doing is furthering people away from that fucking message, because
He's judging people based on
you
the color of their skin.
like you were saying, bro.
Which
Like
is what?
we all come from one creator, bro. And he's further pushing people from that.
Well,
Hey,
it's
but
like that
Corey,
fucking. Do you remember? What's up?
oh no, I was just gonna say, and what you just said about him is
Yeah, he's a
what?
fucking racist.
He's
He's a racist.
racist.
He's a racist.
Yeah.
He's judging white people on the color of their skin. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, but black people can't be
that's
racist though.
yeah,
It's
fuck that.
impossible.
Black people.
It's
Fucking
impossible.
hey, what was Melissa and Solange's cousin's name? The younger one. Adriana, right? Anyway,
Natalia.
what
Yeah.
that fucking girl. Bro, something happened. We were talking on on a fucking commented on an Instagram or a Facebook post or something. And I said something. I was like, man, I was basically saying that black people are racist. And they're like, no, they can't be racist. Maybe a little bit prejudiced, but they can't be racist. So I pull up the fucking Webster's dictionary and I copy the definition of racism, and it's prejudice against another race. And I was like, prejudice is in the definition of racism, you fucktard.
I hate when people like try to use a play on words, and oh
Yeah.
well, no, you can't be racist. Maybe a little prejudice.
Well, and that's what
It's
we're living in an era where we're playing word games, right?
Yeah.
It's marketing. All you have to do is change the definition of a word, and then it becomes good or bad. It's the fucking linguistics games that's going on is absolutely fucking redonkulous, right? Like, everyone, first of all, the reason we have borders is because everyone's a little bit fucking racist, right? You know why the Chinese don't fucking intermix? Because they're fucking racist. You know why Japanese doesn't intermix? Because they're fucking racist. You know why Northern Africans don't fuck around with Southern Africans? Because they're fucking racist. They're like, my culture is better. Everyone's like, my culture is better. Our culture, American culture, happens to be a shit ton of other different cultures. So, like, if you're fucking American, you are like a fucking person of the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
my fucking what's the one that's not 23andMe, the other one?
Ancestry.com.
My ancestry.com, dude. I'm from fucking everywhere. Because my biological mom was different kind of white. She was mostly Northern European.
The Doug we're looking for is a white.
Yeah, all white, and what we were told, what we were fucking Native American growing up our entire lives, right?
Forever.
Not one fucking ounce of Native American, not one.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
we're sub-Saharan African, but like how many times removed are we from Africa? I'm not fucking African. I'm fucking American.
American.
Like, we are the definition. You, me, our brothers and sisters, and everyone who looks just like us are the fucking definition of American.
Yep.
Right? We were born here of different fucking cultures, of different fucking backgrounds, of different fucking, we'll call them races, not racist, races, right? To be specific, but we're fucking American. And for this fucking piece of shit to go on anything and talk about the white man this, the white man, like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. You know how stupid you sound to educated people? The only people that you're fucking that are following you are low IQ people who have a fucking skewed version of the world because they were taught this as a fucking child, that the white man hates you. Like, get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
Yep.
Yeah. 100%, man. You know, if you want to get technical about it, I mean, if you want to be breaking it down to Native Americans, we are Native Americans. This is our home fucking land, dude.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. But when we say natives, we mean
but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Say what? Say it louder.
It's the real natives. Oh.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, well.
Hey, fun story about the natives, though. Fun story about the natives. You know, most of them didn't die because we killed them or the white man killed them. Most of them died because they were introduced to the white man's diseases.
Yeah. That's actually a fucking historical fact, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
that's what killed off a majority of the population.
And then we just rounded them all up and put them in parts of the country that we didn't give a fuck about.
It's like,
that, my friends, is the American way.
We'll give you a morsel of land here in fucking Okeechobee.
We'll let you build casinos and shit. We won't charge you tax because I think the annihilation of your entire civilization.
You want a morsel of how's a morsel of land in Oklahoma sound?
Yeah. The worst country or the worst state in the country. Yeah. How about there?
You want how's North Dakota suiting you?
I go to North Dakota, bro. But anyway, like, all jokes aside, man, that was pretty fucked up. But anyway.
Yeah, it was.
That guy's a piece of shit. And he should probably read more history. If he's claiming to be Frederick Douglass's descendant, he should probably read more history and
and understand that. Well, you know what? If it's your relative, you know what he was registered as a voter.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Democrat.
That's probably a hard pill to swallow,
dude. It is like it really is, because they like the Democratic Party. I would say this. I will tip my cap to the fact of how well they have been able to manipulate people over the fucking last 70 years. Like it's astounding. It's like,
yeah,
bro. Like have you ever watched Free State of Jones?
No.
Okay, so it's actually a perfect story that's like suited to this conversation because of the fact that when Black Americans started casting their votes in the state of Florida, you know what they voted as?
Republicans.
And you want to know how many of those votes were accounted for after all of the Black community that did go to vote? There was I think it was 300, but there were way more people that were Black that voted, and they all voted as Republicans. So it's, so who was it really that was trying to help Black people in the past?
Yeah.
It wasn't Democrats.
Yeah.
So
100%, dude. You know, I am not gonna lie, bro. You know, I the more and more I find out about, or the more and more research I do into the Democratic Party and the blindfold that they pulled on the Black community, it is you know, even my own eyes for that matter, man. You know, it's fucking terrible.
Dude, my eyes were shut my entire upbringing until shit, uh, 20, 2013, 2014. Because dude,
Yeah.
I mean, I was old enough to vote when Obama was in office, and I voted for him. Like I drank the Kool-Aid, bro. And
Yeah.
the more and more information that you start to, you know, to get access to, and you see that it's all just been fucking, been play on words, got this black man coming in and great speaker, and then you start to look at the policies, and it's like, as much as he said that he was gonna, be the change, and I forget what his fucking oh yeah, yes we can and yes we will. And
Yeah.
okay, well, what did you do though? The only thing that you really did was pass laws for gay people. You didn't do anything for
Yeah.
the black community, I'll tell you that much.
No,
Yeah.
man, and they every 4 years, man, they go in those fucking neighborhoods and they're like, "Hey, we'll help you, we'll help you, help you," and then they do fucking nothing. They do nothing. And now what do they do? They're taking shelters away, right? They're turning rec centers into migrant crisis homes. They're fucking kicking people out of school. They're taking over schools in black neighborhoods and for the migrant crisis, bro. Crime is escalated, especially in these lower income communities. And what are they doing? They're running around right now saying, "Hey, we'll help you. Hey, we'll help you." But
And they ain't done shit.
no, they
I
haven't
mean,
done shit.
look,
So
a young lady was just killed the other day by an illegal immigrant.
yeah, that
I mean,
happens fucking
you
more.
know,
Not
it's fucking terrible, man. Like they're able to go out there, like they've been going the I don't know if you heard about it, but the illegal immigrants that were legit raping a woman on the street with a machete to her neck, man. Fucking and now that
in
cop is
front of
sitting in jail.
her boyfriend.
Yeah, and now that cop is sitting in jail
Yeah.
for killing that guy. Like that shit was totally justified.
Well,
And that young woman is traumatized for the rest of her fucking life.
so when
But this guy,
during the 2020 election, a lot of a lot of people weren't talking about it, but it was back in the ether. People were talking about the Great Replacement theory, right? That was
mm,
Joe Biden's plan, is the Great Replacement theory, and the the black community didn't believe it, right? It was a conspiracy theory, right? That's what it was for a very long time. And now what they're coming to find out is that that's exactly what the plan was, especially with them registering all these fucking illegal migrants coming across the border as Democrats. This is what they're doing.
mm,
They lost the black vote. They 100% lost the black vote, and they're losing the female vote right now
yeah,
because women's sports is taking a fucking beating, and just overall the whole fucking trans thing. Like real
yeah.
women are like, nah, this isn't for me, fam. So I'm fucking out.
Hey, so quick question. Do you think Brittany Griner is a
Yes,
yes?
I think it's a fucking dude. That's for sure a dude,
uh, that's
bro.
funny.
That
I've been
like
wondering that myself.
a chick that's a chick. You carries herself. Even the fucking lesbians, even the bull dykes carry them. So you could see the femininity in them. Yeah,
Mm,
Brittany Griner looks like a tall, lanky fucking dude. And dude, there are ugly chicks that look like dudes, but even those chicks, you're like, nah, it's still a dude, or that's still a chick. That fucking
yeah.
thing is a dude. I don't know. I'm just talking shit. It's probably a chick. I don't know. I don't really give a fuck. I think she's a piece of shit. So I honestly
Yeah.
thought I wouldn't have been mad if she accidentally slipped and hung herself in the Russian prison that she was in.
Yeah, bro. Like it, I just started to see some videos and like
Uh,
of of that. Is she a they? I don't know. I I, I
yeah.
saw I saw some video and it definitely had me skeptical on whether or not she's
Questioning her gender.
a guy or a chick. But
Questioning her sexuality.
yeah, no, 100%. I was like, I don't know. Like, and then there's like there's video of her, he, them, that.
What? Lost your audio, bud.
Can you hear me?
Oh no, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some video out there that leaves me skeptical on whether or not it's a guy or a girl.
I honestly don't even give a shit, dude. She's so fucking low on my give a fuck scale.
Yeah.
I think that whole situation, just kind of touch base on that a little bit. I think that we gave away way too much to get back a subpar WNBA.
Joe, did you ever watch the movie Lord of War?
Yeah.
That's who we gave back.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen that.
It's with Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
He's a fucking arm stealer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Angel of Death.
Is that who that's based on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
it's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah. We got back a subpar female basketball player.
God, don't even get me started on the WNBA. What a fucking joke that is.
Dude, like they're trying so hard to push the WNBA. And it's like, it's just like, let's be honest, guys. Like, it's not good quality basketball.
Bro, first of all, even if it was good quality basketball, dudes,
basketball's fucking boring anyway.
Yeah, it's a fucking terrible sport. Did you watch the Dallas Mavericks fucking yeah, I didn't watch it, but it was on Instagram the other day. Actually, Will Be Inspired posted it. If you don't follow him, he's a pretty fucking funny dude. The Mavericks guy threw the ball to the ref, and it was like, he's like a 7-foot tall basketball player. So he throws it, his chest high pass is in the fucking ref's face. He catches the ball.
Oh yeah.
Gives him a fucking technical.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the player lost his fucking mind because he threw a T on him.
That and soccer. Dude, soccer and basketball are probably by far the two worst sports ever.
Yeah.
They're the dudes who play it are they're actors, and they're the biggest group of pussies that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to fucking punch LeBron James square in the fucking dick. That guy's such a pussy.
Bro, there's there was a TikTok that I saw the other day. It was a video of all of his greatest flops. Bro.
Oh no.
Dude, this guy is the ultimate salesman. Like, I would 100% hire him if I fucking owned a car lot. Because, bro, that dude could fucking sell fucking snow to an Eskimo, dude, the way that he sells.
Yeah, he's a god.
Like
he's another one of those fucking what's his name? Umar Johnson pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Fake fucking black activist, reads the same fucking 10 pages in a book. His bookmark never fucking moves, and he doesn't even understand the book.
Yeah. Did you ever
Did
you ever see when he got asked about Malcolm X's book?
Yeah.
Bro, fucking great. He might as well have just said he might. Yeah, no, he didn't read it because the fucking one of the reporters asked him and was like, she's like, yeah, I see you got Malcolm X's book. What did you gather? Because she actually like specified a certain section of the book, and she was like, and what was your takeaway on that? He's a very smart man, and there's words in the book, and he's a smart man. It's like, dude, no, because all that you did was fucking take the segment of what you thought
and just shared your
No, bro. I'm gonna
theory.
tell you what he did. I'm gonna tell you what he did. All right, because I don't. You didn't pay attention in school, so this is what he did. You know, on the back of the book, it gives a
Yeah.
synopsis of
The
the book.
synopsis of the book. Yeah,
And
that's what he read
what
and
he
tried
did
to.
was when no one was looking, he just turned the book over and he was like, "Oh yeah, I get with that." And it just all the meat. He just looked at
No,
the
he
gristle.
didn't, dude. He did not share a single thing in that book.
Yeah, he probably didn't even read the back.
No,
To be honest, let's
no,
be honest.
absolutely
Hey,
not. No,
he
because
read the first.
he did
He
not
read the
share.
first paragraph. He read the first paragraph
Bro,
of the first chapter, and
I
he
don't
was
even
like,
think he did that.
he was like, he's like, I don't think I will like this book.
Yeah, words are hard.
No, it's not even that. Is that book was gonna fucking fracture his little world that he was in, that he
Yeah.
wanted to blame all of his oppression on the white man. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, first of all, dude, you've been playing professional basketball at the highest level since you were 17 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. Dude,
Mhm.
they used to broadcast his high school games on cable and make people pay for it.
He has made more money than I don't even know, bro.
Yeah, but he's
And that,
impressed.
you know, my favorite thing about LeBron James is he made that school right in Ohio. And first of all, he didn't even put the full all the money into it. He made the city come up with half of the money, right? But he just
Mhm.
gave the money to open the school. Guess
Yeah.
who funds the school?
The state.
The state.
The fucking state
Yeah.
funds the
Mhm.
school. So you built a school that you said you were going to fucking help fund. And now the taxpayers of that state are now paying for the school with your name on it just because you wanted a school with your name on it in your city.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
imagine the fucking ego. Like, and then everyone, giving him the hand and clapping him on and cheering him on and making him feel like he's a fucking saint for doing that. It's like, dude, you just burden the taxpayers with more taxes. That's all you did.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
But
100%.
so fun fact, right? Fun fact, since we were talking about the 1964 the Great Switch.
Great switch.
Yeah, so Lyndon B. Johnson is the one who signed the act into law, and on multiple occasions he referred to the bill as the nigger.
Interesting.
Yeah. Gosh. So yeah, it's fine. That's pretty fucking wild. And he was heard in private using the N-word on multiple occasions, and definitely talked down to his staff that were of black descent.
Mm.
So
Good
he's the
old
one
LBJ.
he's the one that's quoted saying, these Negroes, they're getting pretty uppity these days. And that's a problem for us since they've got something now that they've never had before. The political pull to back up their uppityness. Now we've got to do something about this, and we got to give them a little something, just enough to quiet them down, not enough to make a difference. And then he's also there's some context missing, but they're not sure if these were his exact words of saying, I'll have those niggers voting Democrat for the next 200 years. There is some, oh, hold on. So, despite championing the landmark 1964 Civil Rights Act and signing into law, he was also a sometimes racist and notorious. I don't know why that word is so hard. Notorious vulgarian who rarely shied away from using the N-word in private. For example, he reportedly referred to the Civil Rights Act as the nigger bill in more than one private phone conversation with Senate colleagues.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Sounds
those
about right.
Negroes, they're getting pretty uppity these days, and that's a problem for us. The political pullback. Now we just got to hold on.
Oh, is this Biden's quote?
No, this is Lyndon B.
No,
Johnson,
this
bro.
is Lyndon B. Johnson, bro.
Oh yeah.
Bro, hold on. I'll read the quote since you were gone. It says, "These Negroes, they're getting pretty uppity these days, and that's a problem for us since they've got something now they've never had before. The political pull to back up their uppityness because they were getting power in the political realm, right? The Republican Party. So now we've got to do something about this. We've got to give them a little something, just enough to quiet them down, not enough to make a difference. For if we don't move at all, and then their allies will line up against us, and there'll be no way of stopping them. We'll lose the filibuster, and there'll be no way of putting on a break on all sorts of wild legislation. It'll be reconstruction all over again."
Yeah, Biden said something pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about the fucking 92 crime bill, right? Which was what? Which was 18 years later?
Yeah.
18 years later. So here's my thing. We won't talk about my topic. We'll do my topic next time. We could get into this because it kind of tails off of the fucking Dr. Umar Johnson thing, right? Like, if people believe that there was a great switch, right? Because we were talking about this earlier in text.
Yeah.
People believed in that. Why weren't the next consecutive presidents Republican? Who were the presidents after Lyndon B. Johnson?
Shit, I can't even look right now.
Nixon?
Yes, he was a president after him.
Nixon, but then Nixon got impeached, what, like 3 years into his tenure?
I believe so, yeah.
I forget who took over after him.
You guys have more.
Yeah, no, I'm looking right now. Gerald Ford. Oh yeah, it was into Nixon's second term, and he got impeached. It was Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter,
Ronald Reagan. So it went back and forth.
Yeah.
It went back and forth, right? So but why wasn't all straight Republican? Right? If after 1964 there was a great switch. So you're talking a major political movement where Democrats became Republicans. So that just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
No, because dude, it was a bullshit theory. There was no big switch, dude.
Well, I told you, I looked it up, and I was looking for specific names and how many people transferred voting registration from Democrat to Republican after the 1964 Civil Rights Act, and they gave me three names.
Yeah.
And it was like prominent fucking racist people, but how long did they last after that? When most of the Republicans, I believe it was all the Republicans, voted to pass the 1964 Civil Rights Act. So why would all of the Democrats become Republican? Right?
That doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Carter just fucked everybody. Right?
Yeah.
And Ronald Reagan was very much the people's fucking champ, right?
Fuck yeah.
He wanted small. He's quoted for saying that what is it? I don't know how many words it is, but this amount of words are the worst words you ever hear. It's "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Small government, right?
Yeah.
Then we had Bush, and I mean Clinton was pretty much a fucking Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then George Bush, I mean, he's a fucking twat, both of them, senior and junior.
Yeah, he was a fucking moron. That dude literally got into office based off of his dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it went back and forth between Republican and Democrat even before 1964. So after, it's the same. It's just, and none of the other presidents outside of what president was quoted as being a fucking racist?
Yeah, no, like because the
Which
side,
one? Which one was said that to? I mean, who was president during the 1992 crime bill? That was George Bush.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, but that was Congress and the Senate, right? That passed that legislation. It wasn't
yeah,
the president, because
yeah.
the president doesn't
That didn't
make the
have anything.
fucking.
That didn't have anything to do with Bush.
Yeah. So
Actually, wait, no. 1992.
it was Bush. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay.
Um.
Yeah,
So
it was Bush Senior.
yeah, Bush Senior.
Yeah.
So like, and that's the thing is like these laws that are on the books aren't the president is the commander in chief, which means that he oversees military operations. And like you said before, I don't know which one of you said it earlier, but there's three branches of government,
Yeah,
and each one has its checks and balances. The executive branch is the president, which they oversee the fucking military and military operations and protecting our goddamn fucking borders and making sure that our constitution is being followed, right? And then there's the legislation, right? They're supposed to fucking pass all the bills and all that shit. And then what is it? Executive, legislative, judicial.
legislative and
Judicial.
Right. And then we have the Supreme Court, right? To make sure that those other two don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just like you said, is those three branches are acting as one branch right now.
Yeah.
They're all too fucking aligned, and that's the whole point of having a multi-party system.
Having it, well, and then having those three branches of government to be able to to hold checks and balances amongst each other, and
Yeah,
that's
and
just
then-
not happening right now.
No,
and
it's
like,
a fucking bureaucracy.
and just like if there was a huge political change after 1964, then we would see it. We'd see it in real time. Like us being 60 years later, we'd see that.
Yeah.
But the evidence doesn't support that. Like I said, I did a fucking deep search. I went on DuckDuckGo and Google. So Google is very fucking biased when it comes to left or right leaning. They're very left leaning. So for me to put that in a Google search engine and for them to populate three fucking names, that's something, right? Because if they'd want that to be true, I found
Yeah.
I found a ton of articles that said so many people changed political parties. And then I was like, well, how many? What are specific names? What political figures switched parties after the 1964 Civil Rights Act? And it gave me three fucking names. Like, dude, if that's the narrative you're trying to push, you should be able to support it. And that's the problem that we're going through today with all this fucking bullshit. All the topics that we talked about is that everyone's saying it, but no one's providing evidence. We're just blindly believing it. And if we learned anything from fucking 2020 to today, is that you cannot believe everything.
No.
Yep.
Not even a fucking little bit.
Yeah, and that's the problem, dude. Is like, with people when they turn their fucking TVs on and they're watching MSNBC and CNN and even some of the fucking rhetoric that comes out of Fox, bro. Like it's like you cannot possibly think that they're going to steer you in the right direction right now.
Yeah, and I'll give you this. The legacy media is good for sound bites, and that's all it's good for, right?
Yeah.
I think what we're coming around to is, so the internet was invented in order for the government to communicate with, the globalists, right? That the whole purpose behind the internet was for them to be able to communicate in long distance. And then it turned into this consumer thing where now we can share information at the drop of a hat. And the thing that they thought was going to help them impose, a globalist communist agenda is now also using it to work against them. So what they have in the legacy outlets, because they're bogged down by time slots, whereas long form media like this and Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan, not to say that we're fucking that big, I'm just saying comparatively, these long form conversations where we're going in depth about topics and pulling up sources and looking up information in real time, that is becoming the norm. And this is taking over as information as opposed to the fucking legacy media. I mean, Joe Rogan crushes on his worst podcast. He's got 10 times more fucking viewership than CNN. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's got more
dude,
viewership
and
than all of the.
that's why they say today that you're gonna receive more accurate information from a podcast than you would with mainstream
The
media
mainstream
news.
media. Yep.
Because I mean, look for example when Trump won the Iowa caucus, they wouldn't even play it on MSNBC.
Yeah, that fucking what's her name? That
Rachel
fucking
Maddow.
Rachel
Oh my
Maddow.
God.
I made a statement about her a couple weeks ago. I just said she wants a dick so bad.
Bro, she's an idiot.
Yeah.
She's got to be the biggest fucking idiot on the news. I mean, now that Don Lemon and Kumo are off the news, she's the biggest fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
So
her
have you seen
her
that?
fucking her what?
Have you seen that argument she has with that economist about
yes
the pay gap?
About pay?
Yeah.
She's like, well, he's like, well, no, that's not the actual truth. The actual truth
Bro,
is there's a lot of
Brandon about this.
she tells him, well, don't try to explain math to me. Don't try to explain math to me. He's like, no, but it is a math is hard question because or math is hard topic because you're not accounting for hours worked, you're not accounting for profession, right? Because 92% of the highest paying jobs are fucking manual labor, right? There's fucking plumbers, pipe fitters, the trades that are making well over $100,000 a year.
Yep.
But when you put that $150,000 a year for a laborer, a skilled laborer, up to a fucking dental assistant that's making $60,000 a year, yeah, there's a fucking pay gap there.
Yeah.
but also that fucking tradesman is working 65 hours a week compared to your 40 hours a week. But yeah, and then when they said they did the math, it was like 2% or 2 cents. When they did the math and to account for all the variables, and they divided this by divided that, averaged this and averaged that, they said it's about
it came out to
cents.
about 2 cents. Yep.
It came out to be about PragerU has a video on it. It's about 2 cents.
Did you his response though? Man, he was like, he's like, I wish you were as right as you are passionate.
Yeah. That's the most
same thing could be
and she got so mad. She got
same
so
thing
mad.
could be said about her fucking buddy on Joy Reid on the Reid Report.
Oh,
like I don't know if
she's
you've
on
seen her
those freaking banshees on the View, man. I can't stand them.
Oh
no,
I'm not
talking about Joy Bayer, but yes,
they're
all fucking they're all cackling hens too. Well,
shit.
not really, because Joy Reid is black, Joy Bayer's white. So, but regardless, they're both fucking morons.
Rice is rice.
I don't discriminate on race. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit.
Rice is right.
Dude, oh my God, dude.
I mean, look what she fucking tried to do with the fucking lady from I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the one of the co-founders from the Moms of Liberty. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yo, the mainstream media has been portraying that entire group as a fucking extremist right wing fucking group, and they're not. All they're doing is fucking out there fucking fighting for kids to have the proper education. I mean,
and that's the thing with fucking legacy media is they fly them out there, they prep them, they do all this fucking research, right? Have them on for a 5-minute segment, and they're supposed to have an in-depth conversation for 5 minutes. Why don't you go on a stream, right? Sit down for 2 fucking hours. Like, they won't. Like, these legacy media people on at least on the left, they'll never go into a long format because they're unfucking prepared. Their shows are
100%. Dude, they bring them on. They bring them on to turn it into a fucking ass chewing and not giving them the opportunity to speak for themselves.
Yeah,
and to really break down the topic.
Yeah, it's it's for clout. It's clout chasing, and it's a gotcha. It's just like Brandon said. It's a gotcha.
Well,
then they cut the fucking commercial when you're trying to
Well, and that's what they
try to provide a rebuttal.
Yeah, and that's what they did with the moms. That chick from the Moms of Liberty, that fucking co-owner or what? I'm not sure what her position is. But
Tiffany. shit, I can't remember her last name, but
well, yeah, well, like whatever her position.
she's a co-founder though.
Yeah,
She's a co-founder.
yeah, okay, yeah, co-founder.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what she did. Like, you know, she tried to go from one idea to the other to the other to the other, and then once she started speaking up and actually was making fucking sense in what she was saying. Well, you know, I don't want to cut you off, but we're unfortunately we're gonna have to go to a commercial.
Oh, okay. I remember this interview. She was talking
Yeah.
about the books and stuff, and she's like,
Yeah.
she's basically saying
Yes.
that banning books was you don't want to ban anything, but you want to ban these books. And she's like, well, it's not books. That's porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like what's funny is like you get people from the Black community that talk about, oh, well, you know, well, this is it's not pornography, it's pictures that show what Black people experienced during slavery and all this just bullshit.
No.
And well that's
what
the
book is that?
That's the defense,
Yeah.
dude, because they're
That's
saying
what Joy Reid's defense was.
that's
Yeah.
well,
Hold
and
on.
and that's
So she's so what she's doing is she's trying to tie Black culture into pedophilia. That's what it sounds like to me. She's defending fucking pornographic novel by saying you're racist because it's a Black book.
But like they actually did an in-depth study on this, and what people are doing that are a part of the woke community. They're saying that the books that they're trying to remove incorporate pictures from when slavery was still going on in the United States, and there's nudity in those pictures because they show like black men that are naked and chained up and shit like that. Like that's what part of that argument is when they start talking about it.
That's a wild argument. That's a wild way to defend
elementary students being able to read these kind of books.
Oh, so you don't want them to learn about slavery? First of all, no, I don't, because they're fucking 4. Second, like that's an American histories class. I learned that shit in high school when your mind is like kind of developed.
Exactly.
Like, hey, at one point in time, America wasn't that cool. Here's why, right?
And see, and that's always
even that. Like, why do we need to teach kids that? Like that the whole CRT is a fucking another.
The CRT is fucking ridiculous. Like that shit has no business in school whatsoever. Because you're basically trying to convince kids that are white that they are less than currently in today's society because of the fact that slavery was practiced in this country. And that to me is fucking bullshit. Do I feel like that, you know, kids in high school should know about U.S. history because slavery was a part of U.S. history,
bro.
Like,
I took U.S. history honors, bro. I learned about that. Like one of the biggest parts was in the first semester was the fucking Civil War. Like, bro, we learned about the abolitionists. We learned about fucking Lincoln. We learned his what do you call it, the address. The Gettysburg Address.
Gettysburg Address.
You know, 4 scores and 7 years ago, and blah blah blah. Right? We all had to fucking write a paper on that. Like we know. Like, but critical race theory isn't teaching people about slavery. Critical race theory is the modern. You're still held down by the man. It's like if you just went like, hey, I think we should probably teach people U.S. history in junior high school, right? 7th or 8th grade. You're like, let's pitch that. Like their minds are a little bit developed, right? Like in high school, they should be prepping for college, right? In college, they should be prepping for the real world. So in junior high school, let's bump them up, right? Let's get some advancement and teach them U.S. history in junior high school. That's an argument that can be made. But telling white kids that they are evil because of something that happened, not even just 200 years ago. You're talking 400 years,
decades.
That we weren't even part of. But you're telling me Like, and again, that goes back to we're half white, we're half black. So what does that mean when it comes to critical race theory? Should we look down on mom?
Yeah.
Like, should we
Yeah.
should we think less of her because she's a white woman? Should we think
Yep.
less of half of ourselves because not even half of ourselves? We're 67% black. So like, should we 33% hate ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what do we do? Like, what do we do when it comes
Yeah.
to critical race theory? What do I do? What do you
Well,
guys do? What do we tell our kids?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's that's a part of the problem is we want to have it to where we have a perspective of where we go and look at ourselves in the fucking mirror and you're a fucking 33% white, you piece of shit. Like, okay, well, I mean, I can't be mad at myself because I have good hair.
Right.
Like,
Right?
like, what the fuck, dude?
Like, you're just jealous. It sounds to me like you're jealous because you ain't got that good hair.
Yeah.
No, dude, and it's like, bro, like growing
Hey,
up, like, go ahead.
People who aren't mixed aren't gonna get that joke, bro.
Oh, I know, but it's okay. No, but it's like, I was literally just having a conversation yesterday talking about this shit, and it's like, okay, so I experienced more racism going through high school from the black community than I did the white community. I experienced it from both sides,
You
but
fucking did.
like,
Yeah. I'm here.
dude, there were days that I got like fucked with when I was still in middle school. I got fucked with by high schoolers, because I wore braids. Like I hung out. Like, majority of my friends were black, but I would get fucking hazed on a weekly basis because I was considered the white kid in the group, amongst my black friends.
Bro,
You
I've been
know?
jumped. I've been jumped 3 times. 3 times. I got jumped once by a bunch of Brandon was there by a bunch of fucking white dudes because we were black. I got jumped in Germany twice by a bunch of black dudes because they thought I was white.
Yeah.
And just like you, bro. Like, where do we fit in high school, bro? It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're black, but you're not black enough.
Yeah, you're black, but you're same with you're not white enough. I mean, fuck,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, look what just happened to me a year ago. Like, I live in southern Utah and I worked at a fucking rural fire department where everyone is from the other side of the hill and small fucking town over there, back of the mountain where everyone knows everyone and everyone's fucking white. And I wasn't white and I didn't fucking fit in. So they fucking fired me 100% because I was black.
Yeah.
So it's like doesn't fucking make sense. So like, where do I fit in with CRT? Like, am I oppressed or am I the oppressor?
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't fucking make sense. And for people like us who've lived on both sides and who have had, hate from both sides, like, bro, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Because you know what? Shitty people are shitty people.
Period. Yep. On that note.
I know. I think that was a pretty good ending. I think we wrapped it up. It wrapped itself up for sure. What are we only like an hour and a half in? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
well,
good material. Good material. Good conversation.
When do you get out of the way? When do you get out of the way so you can see the fucking? Because I'm sitting in a chair. Look at that fucking logo. Look at that fucking logo.
Brochachos.
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 All right. Well,
all right.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Talk some shit next time.
Comment, share, subscribe, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they say? Click the bell.
Yeah.
Click
the link.
Click the bell.
Subscribe.
Hey, thank you for listening, all you tens of listeners. 3 of them being us.
All right.
All right.
Later.